Hi, Mayor Mike here on behalf of your council. I'm very proud to talk about our achievements for Q4 for 2020 and provide you with a bit of a wrap up for the year on council's strategic priority areas around community safety, pride and spirit, growth, our environment, and our city services. These videos are part of council's commitment to keep you updated on our progress and how we're doing on the community vision that we all share. So let's start with the environment. I wanted to start with an update on reflecting how important our natural spaces are to our citizens. In 2020 Citizen Satisfaction Survey, you told us that our city's incredible parks and trails are among your favorite things in Maple Ridge. And as we've all dealt with the need to stay apart and stop the spread of COVID-19, our scenic outdoor areas have been our go-to safe space, sanctuary, a place to get out there and be healthy. And in 2020, the province, Metro Vancouver, and our City Parks Department saw the most massive increase in use of our green spaces. I expect now that people have really discovered our beautiful surrounds, and this will be a permanent part of our post-pandemic life in this community. I want to assure our citizens that your council is committed to the protection of and the enhancement of our natural environment as one of our key strategic priorities. So now let's move on to talk about achievements in city services and our community pride and spirit. Our IT department have been very busy, hard at work, ensuring that appropriate infrastructure is in place for our city to continue conducting its business and provide uninterrupted services to our citizens. Your council did not miss a single meeting in 2020, and I wanted to thank my colleagues for their resilience in adapting to the new tools to conduct our meetings and stay connected with our citizens. Our staff also pivoted quickly and embraced virtual meeting tools to continue service delivery in all these areas. In our last quarter in 2020, our staff spent an average of 1,400 hours a month on virtual meetings. We were also able to reopen City Hall for in-person transactions following strict health protocols. The City of Maple Ridge also rolled out innovative approaches to providing citizens with entertainment and other safe activities through 2020. While annual Celebrate the Night fireworks was canceled, the event was reimagined as a drive-in lights and laser show at our fairgrounds. Glow Maple Ridge light displays also returned and proved again to be a really popular place for families to go for a walk and take in the expanded and distanced light displays. While the pandemic resulted in the cancellation of the BC Summer Games, Maple Ridge will be the host again in 2024, right when our city is celebrating its 150th birthday. We were honored that the BC Game Society has launched a legacy fund for the Games and is providing $120,000 for local nonprofit sports organizations. I know there were a lot of many volunteers really eager to host the Games last year. This legacy fund allowed us to be ready to welcome the athletes, coaches, and families from around BC in 2024. So next, I want to talk about growth, a key pillar of our council strategic plan. Here's a quick update on growth in our city. In the last 3 months of 2020, Council passed a revised zoning bylaw. This is the culmination of many years of detailed work. The updated bylaw, which prescribes the use of every parcel of land across Maple Ridge, underwent comprehensive overhaul. A review of this nature has only taken place 3 times in the city's history, and the last being in 1985. This process has resulted in a more relevant, modernized, and user-friendly document to support sustainable growth in Maple Ridge. Our council wants to thank all the members of our planning department for their hard work in getting this bylaw completed in 2020. Over the last few months, council endorsed 2 major plans for growth. The first was the Lougheed Corridor Concept Plan. This is a long-term vision that will build complete, sustainable urban communities along major transit corridors. It's another example of council's work to evolve land use in Maple Ridge, transitioning from single use to employment generating through mixed use zoning and options for form and density. The second is the Yenadon Land Use Plan, which strikes the important balance between providing employment opportunities for our citizens and protecting our local green spaces. It's another example of Council's work to create jobs and enhance livability in our community. Area plan policies and development permit guidelines for both plans are underway and will be brought through OCP amending bylaws in the future. A general overview of short-term rentals was also provided to Council in November. It included potential impacts and common practices, as well as a regulatory framework being implemented by other municipalities in British Columbia. Council endorsed a recommendation that staff implement specific options for short-term rentals and prepare a regulatory and enforcement framework for Maple Ridge. Over the past few months, our engineering team presented a study to Council regarding the second phase of the Abernathy extension and kicked off another study into a strategic transportation plan. In 2020, our city had over $300 million worth of construction value and 658 new homes were added to our housing supply. As noted in one of our first updates, your council continued to meet each week because these new homes are needed for many families that want to call Maple Ridge home. Our work also helped ensure that workers in the construction trades were also continued to support their families as we navigate the COVID-19 pandemic. This is an important part of the BC economy, and we are proud to do our part to keep people working. Now we'll transition to discuss updates related to community safety. Community safety remains Council's top priority, and there have been many significant accomplishments over the past few months, and we're really excited to share with you. In fact, there's so much to say about the progress on our community social safety initiative that we are recording a separate video to show you and demonstrate the significant progress that Council has made on our CSSI. Here's a brief overview of some of the highlights of this comprehensive integrated plan to ensure residents feel safe, supported, and are engaged in our community. In 2020, we managed to get 85% of our original community safety plan operational, and we are advocating with senior government to get the final elements of our plan in place. One of the most visible aspects of this plan is the investments Council has made into community safety officers. This program has been proven hugely successful, and we've had calls from other BC communities who have seen how this innovative program is getting results. Our CSOs have opened up more than 2,000 case files and have connected dozens of individuals with social services. Our CSOs also work with the Ridge RCMP to conduct joint patrols, tiered enforcement, outreach, and they work closely with the downtown BIA on a program to improve security, safety for participating businesses. We have introduced a new online dashboard that shows citizens that can view in real time performance statistics related to our community safety strategic vision. It features data that tracks how our frontline teams are dealing with and removing garbage, shopping carts, and more importantly, how many individuals have been connected to services that they need through our CSOs to facilitate better outcomes in their lives. Our bylaw team has also been hard at work over the past few months, keeping our community safe from COVID-19 in collaboration with Fraser Health. When Dr. Henry announced new guidelines in late October, our bylaws team helped Fraser Health roll out some of the new safety plans and conducted site inspections for restaurants, pubs, fitness facilities, and places of worship to help people, to help protect people, business owners, and their employees as well. Overall, in 2020, more than 350 COVID-19 inspections took place. Our bylaws officers will now also be enforcing Council's recently passed boulevard maintenance bylaw, which requires all property owners to maintain their boulevards and prohibits construction in these spaces. The collaboration with bylaws, Maple Ridge Fire Department, the RCMP, is all helping our city spaces stay clean, neat, and tidy. I really want to thank my council members and our staff for their outstanding work in 2020 on this key part of our strategic vision. Just going to finish up my update now. Over the last year, we've all had to deal with a lot of stress and enormous change from COVID-19 pandemic. I want to thank all of my council members for their dedication and hard work to maintain our momentum on our strategic plan for the community. I want to thank our staff, from the incredible leadership team to all the employees working on the front lines. You are the people that make Council's vision a reality. All of us on Council have been inspired by your dedication and resilience as we navigate the pandemic to ensure that our city roars out of this better than ever. I want to finish by thanking our citizens for their patience, their support, and their advocacy. It's really appreciated. Each of us on Council read your emails, comments, and suggestions. I want to make sure that you know that we're really listening. We're working to build the best community that you want, one that ensures a bright future for your children and your grandchildren. In the coming months, we'll all have the opportunity to get our COVID vaccines, and it's been so gratifying to see the photos of our seniors and frontline healthcare workers getting their shots. In the coming weeks, it'll be your turn, and I urge you to go to Fraser Health website and get the latest information on how to book your COVID vaccine. As the vaccination campaign expands into the broader population, it's important to remember to keep following the health protocols that we've all learned in the last year. So I want to finish this update as Dr. Henry finishes her briefings and to say, hey, stay calm, be kind, stay safe, and take care. And thank you all for watching Council's quarterly update for 2020.